Hey, mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Check, check, check. 1 2 3. Okay, cool.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on After GMS. We do this every Monday through Friday on Facebook Live right at 7:45-ish, and we are so glad you could be joining us today. I'm Tracy McCain here in the studio. Ed Matthews is in the Weather Garden. Stacey Spivey, Taran Kirksey, and Megan Malaris are working from home, as is the case probably for another few months. But I'm glad to see your faces every day I can. Taran, let's start with the forecast. It's a little bit different for the rest of the week.
Yeah, we're certainly going to see changes as we head through the rest of the week. Yesterday was mainly dry. As we go through the day today, we're going to see scattered showers and storms develop. I think the rain chance at your house today, tomorrow, and Friday, right around 50% or so. High temperatures today should make it into the mid 80s, but it's going to be a little bit cooler for Thursday and Friday. Still muggy though, but cooler, with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. And then as the rain chance goes down through the weekend, our high temperatures will bounce back closer to average for this time of the year, with only a 20% chance of rain Sunday through Tuesday. That's a quick look at your 7-day forecast.
All right, guys, we're going to start today with our daily school check-in. Stacey, it's already day 3, so how do parents, students, staff, teachers say it's all going?
Well, I've kind of seen everywhere, it all over the place, where people are very, very pleased with how it's going. Others just saying it's simply a nightmare. But whether it's remote learning or your kids are actually going back into the classroom, we want to know how it's been. You can text us 336-379-5775, and we've been asking you all morning. And you can also leave a comment on this live stream right now to tell us how it's going. So let's see what some people have been saying online. Amy said, lots of tears. Christy added, much better than yesterday. And Jenny shared very smooth on all accounts so far. 5th graders pretty focused, and we keep the schedule with a timer and many breaks. Some connection drops, but able to reconnect quickly. Pretty happy so far. Tanya wrote, no laptop, no schoolwork, child with learning disabilities already very far behind. And Salim said, pretty good for my 2nd grader. No issues. So a lot of people weighing in on both sides, but it seems like the majority, even though if they've had issues, seem to be pretty positive about it, which is happy. It makes me happy to see that, that people are being very accommodating when it comes to all of this new normal for school.
Yeah, and I think we can say it firsthand here. Technology can either be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy, as we rely on it for 99% of our show. So either it works or it doesn't. But the good thing is we figure it out as we go, and it gets better. I mean, Taran, we've been working from home or distantly now for months, and you probably had those tech glitches happen, and you just have to recover.
Yeah, you know, I'm a big planner, so I try to have a contingency plan anytime that something goes wrong. At least I can just kind of go to plan B, or in some cases plan C or plan D. And you just kind of have to roll with it. I mean, it's kind of like life, you know, it's kind of what you make of it. You know, sometimes things don't go well, and you have to just, you know, try to kind of waddle your way through it if you the best that you can. And I know a lot of parents are certainly dealing with things that are way different than they would be otherwise. But, you know, it seems as though, based on the comments, you know, folks are trying to go through it the best they can, but of course, still very empathetic to people that may not have the resources to be able to adjust to this way of learning, I guess you could call it, as easily as others. And so it certainly is not the most ideal situation for many people, but you know, we're going to get through this, and hopefully we can get to the other side of this sooner rather than later.
I chuckled a little bit, Taran, when you said waddled, because I was trying to think of you waddling, and I'm like, I don't see that.
It's not a pleasant picture.
I'm sure it's not. But I mean, if you think about it, Ed Matthews, how often does the weather computer go down? And
thankfully, not very
that's
often.
good.
Not very often, but you know, I got a big baseball bat right next to the computer, so whenever it starts to misbehave or something like that, I just kind of hit it a couple of times. And you know, the amazing thing about it, it doesn't work at all after that. No, just kidding. But I do seriously want to say a word to the parents that are watching this morning. Hang in there. Hang in there. Every passing day, I think you guys and your students are going to continue to iron out the problems, whether it be technical problems or whatever the case may be. And we've been talking about this for months, how, you know, it was going to be a bumpy ride as we started school, but I have faith in you and your students and the school administrators. All of you will work together to kind of smooth things out over time, and hopefully that will happen sooner than later. But just hang in there and please be patient.
Yeah, we count on you, Ed, for those great messages of encouragement. Makes us all feel better about a situation. Meg, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I remember reading after the whole technology glitch with the online remote learning server on Monday, one parent wrote on our WFMY story about it, saying a lot of hype only to be let down when the server didn't work on the first day of remote learning. And it kind of reminded me of my first day back from maternity leave on April 1st. Obviously, it wasn't as I expected because I was returning to work, working from home. But the week before, you know, our team brought over some equipment and set everything up, and it was good to go in my sunroom. We did multiple tests of everything to make sure it was ready to go on my first day back on the 1st. And then lo and behold, of course, on that day when I'm returning to work so excited, you know, we had some microphone issues, the signal kept going in and out, there was an issue with my phone. So it always seems like no matter how much you prepare for something, sometimes stuff just happens and you have to roll with it and consider, okay, well, I can either dwell on this or move forward and make the next day even better. So that's what we did, and here we are, and now it's been 4.5 months. And yeah, we still have some technology glitches here or there with work from home stuff, but all in all, I think we've made it work. We've had to adapt and adjust, and I applaud the parents who are having to do the same with this new remote learning system in place.
It's kind of been the theme for 2020, adapt and adjust. So our Candace Redd also spoke with parents about how the year is going so far and what changes they'd like to see. Here's her report.
Teachers with Guilford County Schools are staying busy with a long to-do list for the first 3 weeks of school. Well, that includes ongoing training, hosting orientations, distributing devices, and so much more. But teachers are not the only ones with a demanding or tight schedule for the new school year. Some parents are supporting their children by helping them tackle online courses. The to-do list for parents includes setting a schedule, providing school materials, identifying barriers, and creating a conducive learning environment environment. But with the first week of school underway, parents are turning to the school district for guidance. Well, some parents say school leaders are communicating effectively and the online learning process is going well. Others disagree.
I think they did very well with communication and getting information out there. I mean, she received her schedule, a week before school started, and she's been very familiar with the online platform.
I know they can only do so much, but I just need more. And that's all that I'm looking for. I want my children and every other child, whether it be in GCS or throughout the state of North Carolina or, throughout this nation, I want better for the children.
The school district says teachers are available to help parents with the online learning process during orientation. Well, the school district is also offering a multilingual call center and virtual workshops. For more details on that, all you have to do is visit our website, WFMYnews2.com.
Let's continue our headlines this morning with this. Winston-Salem Forsyth County school officials are investigating how a student got access to a virtual class and made inappropriate comments. It happened in a Southeast Middle School Zoom class Tuesday morning. School leaders say someone started yelling obscenities and making inappropriate gestures. The student does not go to Southeast, but does attend another school in the district. A new COVID outbreak reported at a Triad living facility is now one of the largest in our area. 15 new cases reported at the Citadel of Winston-Salem, bringing the total to 69 cases. It also reported another death, marking 5 total. You'll remember earlier this month, the state announced testing would now be required every 2 weeks at all living facilities for the employees to try to stop outbreaks. Today, public health leaders will put on a drive-through COVID-19 testing event in Greensboro. It's happening at the Guilford County Public Health Building on East Wendover Avenue. The self-swab test will be offered in your car by appointment only for the next 3 days. To make an appointment, you can call the number on your screen, 336-641-7527. With regard to testing, Dr. Mandy Cohen, the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Secretary, says testing has slowed down, and you'll have noticed that if you listen to our numbers yesterday, just more than 10,000 new tests reported. She thinks summer travel might have played a role in this, but also says testing backlog might have scared off some people from getting tested. Last month, it was taking about a week for most test results to come back. Right now, the testing turnaround, she says, is back up to speed again and takes about 2 to 3 days.
All right, we'll jump into our next conversation here. Maybe not today, but soon you'll feel a change in the air. We're closing in on fall, or at least it will feel like it. Not just the cooler temperatures here in the forecast, Stacy. There's also something in the air, and you can eat it.
I am so excited. It is that time of year. Pumpkin spice is back. Breaking news, right? So it is the first day that Dunkin' Donuts is going to have their pumpkin flavored coffee in the stores to order. And it's actually one of the earliest dates that it's launched the fall favorites. Now, Starbucks isn't quite ready just yet. They actually just launched 2 new summer drinks. So I'm sure we have to wait a little bit longer for them to roll out their pumpkin spice latte. But fall reportedly not too far behind, and pumpkin spice flavors are expected to roll out in some stores next week. Actually, I was at Harris Teeter yesterday, and they already had the pumpkin spice creamer. If I didn't already have enough creamer at home, I would have grabbed it.
Well, I asked about this on my Facebook page. I said, pumpkin spice, yay or nay? And a lot of you had some pretty funny responses. Alice Waugh said, yay. I had my first cup of pumpkin spice coffee yesterday from Fresh Market. Katina Reynolds says, no, no, please, no. At least that's how I read it. Tanya Ingram Smith said, I'm a sweet potato girl. Pumpkins are pretty for decorating. Amanda Fontaine said, my 7-year-old loves it. I tolerate it. And Missy Kirkpatrick said, nay, but I'm ready for fall. So I'm going to start with my buddy here, Taran, who's closest to me. Yay or nay? Do you love pumpkin spice or not?
No, it's nasty.
Oh my
I mean, that's just what it is. Though. That's just the fact. Now, if you think it tastes good, that's fine. I mean, you're wrong, but that's fine. So, you enjoy your pumpkin spice and all your pumpkin stuff, you go for it. But pumpkins are only good for decorating. And if I could figure out a way to decorate a sweet potato, I'd do that before I decorate a pumpkin, too.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Listen.
Gross.
You guys might have noticed this, but I either go to Turan first or last because whatever he says is going to either set the tone or put an exclamation on it. I mean, it's just literally wild, whatever Turan says.
Sorry.
Okay, Megan, we have one no. Where do you stand on our tally here?
Okay, I'll even out the score and I'll say yes, I do have pumpkin spice coffee creamer in our refrigerator. We got it at the grocery store last week and the whole container is almost gone already. So it's going fast in our house. Tastes really refreshing. I think all of us have dealt with a lot this summer with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, and we're just excited about fall, and I feel like the pumpkin spice flavor really got my mindset into thinking fall. But I'll admit, by November, I'm kind of sick of the pumpkin spice. It is pretty sugary. It has a very distinct and powerful flavor, and then I switched to my all-time favorite, which is peppermint. I would prefer if stores kept peppermint type flavoring in stock all year long. I buy the giant gallon and I need to figure out if there's a way to freeze it and it still tastes good.
Yeah, I remember I used to keep you stocked here at the station. I would find one at the store and bring in two so that you would have one because you can't find them everywhere. So hopefully you'll be back in the studio at some point and I can do that again for you. All right, so the score is 1-1. Ed Matthews, you are about to break our tie.
Okay, hey, put me on the spot, okay? I'll have to say, I'm not a big fan, but I'll have to say yay. You know, I like pumpkin spice to a point, but I kind of get burned out with it. And I don't know if any of you have ever had this or any of our viewers. A couple of years ago, and I won't give the name of the restaurant that had this, but it's a local chain restaurant, had a spice milkshake. And, you know, we think about coffee, you know, with pumpkin spice. That was a darn good milkshake, and I'm going to see if they have it this year. But I think yay is pretty fitting for pumpkin spice.
All right, 2-1. Stacy, where do you fall?
I mean, do I even have to?
I know.
I mean, Turan, I'm going to have a talk with you because clearly you're the only one that is not okay with pumpkin spice. I mean, come on. It is like the perfect fall drink, but I do have to agree with Megan that I do love the peppermint. It's really good if you haven't had it.
All right, so Turan, our score is actually 4-1 because I also enjoy pumpkin spice. Not necessarily in my coffee anymore because I don't really drink coffee anymore, but I am a newfound baker. Something I picked up during COVID. I always cooked dinner because I have my husband and 2 kids who all want different things. So I always cook dinner, but now I'm a baker. And so I make pumpkin spice pancakes, pumpkin spice, like a banana bread, but it's a bread. Muffins. I mean, I just am going in on the baking lately. So I don't necessarily enjoy it in my coffee anymore because I don't really drink coffee, but if it can be in a food, I'm all over it because I just love to eat. All right, so I'm asking you guys about if you like pumpkin spice here. And it seems as though Sharaya says coffee, and that's probably about it. Heather Harness says, she's like, yeah, but I'm with Megan. I'd rather have peppermint. I usually see a small one if it's at the Walmart neighborhood market in High Point. And yeah, so I mean, David Williams says pumpkin spice is not a good flavor. So we have another one, Turan. You knew it was coming. Someone was gonna have your back.
Oh yeah, you know, listen, sometimes it's good to just stand on your principles and not go with the crowd, okay? So I'm gonna stick with this until the end of me. I don't like pumpkin spice, and I doubt I ever will, but you know, they say your taste do change as you get older, so maybe next year I might like it. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, Turan, I'm gonna make you my pumpkin spice cheesecake, and I'm gonna see if that changes your mind.
Yeah, okay, that actually doesn't
Can I have
half
some?
bad.
Yeah, it is getting rave reviews around my house. So.
I'll give it a shot then,
Okay.
for sure.
All right, Ed Matthews, let's close out with a look at the forecast.
Well, I just want to say, Tracy, anytime you feel moved to bring in some of all that good cooking, I would certainly enjoy it. In our 7-day, though, you know, a nice morning, but keep the umbrella close over the next few days. 50% chance of showers and storms, and we're moving into a pattern where they could pop up anytime, day or night. They'll be more numerous on the radar during the afternoon and evening hours. And temperatures today, we're going to warm into the mid-80s, but tomorrow and Friday, upper 70s and lower 80s. Yeah, pretty significant cool down. There's going to be a stalled front just south of the triad, so that's going to put us in the cooler air sector, and I see lots of clouds and off and on showers right on through Saturday, and then we're going to dry it out. We're going to crank the heat back up. By early next week, we're back into the upper 80s Monday and Tuesday.
I love Megan and Stacy chimed in saying that they want some of my pumpkin spice cheesecake as well. And you know what? It is a pretty big cake, so I will definitely have enough to go around. I'm glad that you guys are interested. I'm going to try a different recipe this weekend, so I'll let you know how it turns out. All right. By the way, I don't know about you, but I'm treating the 80-degree temperatures like it's 60 degrees tomorrow. I'm already planning, like, what am I going to wear? Like, do I need a jacket in the morning? I mean, it's not that big of a change.
A coat.
But can you imagine? No, it's still warm, but for me, it's going to be, like, so delightful. All right, we'll talk about that tomorrow on the Good Morning Show. Thank you so much for joining us here on After GMS. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.